Good morning, ladies, and good evening, ladies. I'm just cleaning up the phone. Actually, I'm just realising how dirty that is. Very nice to see you. Some of you might have caught me in the park this morning, and I wrote down all the questions that you asked me. But I am going out to lunch in a minute, so I'm going to get ready as I talk to you and answer your questions, and I hope that we'll get a lot done. Taking out my fake hair, which I've got in today, because I have had a really bad hair day. And let me just get my exfoliator on, and then I will fire away at those questions. Oh, yes.
Where's your top from, Trinny?
My top is from Topshop. Shit, let me not get it dirty because I'm wearing it out to lunch. Really silly to do some skincare in a white silk top. But I'm going to start, ladies, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, with the questions that the ladies who are up with me in the park at 7 a.m. have got. And I'm just going to go through them now. I've got them here. Natasha has asked me which dry shampoo it is that I use, and she said, I know I always miss it. So just to let you know, everything I always talk about, we post up later, hello ladies, on TRINNY London. So it will be there always. It might be the next day if we're all quite busy, or that afternoon. But, oh, I need a towel. Hold on one second. Excuse me, towel. Towel. It is, where is it? Dry shampoos. It is OUAI, and there's two. There's a dry shampoo foam, which is fantastic, and there's a dry shampoo texturizing spray, which is equally good. They're my favorite new dry shampoos. If you can't find them, I love Chlorine. There's one for brunettes and one for blondes. I do not like Batiste. Okay, God, it's so nice to see all of you. Question number 2 is from Janice and Demetra, and they ask me, how do I get my energy? Well, I tell you, lady, okay, I really hope my net daily allowance. I am on a different phone because my other phone I've dropped 19 times, so it's going to the Apple Store today. But let's hope this still works. I get my energy from a mixture of things. I get my energy from feeling what I want to achieve every day and in my life, and having a focus and a vision for that. So that is important to me. There are some days I wake up and I just want to have duvet therapy, but I think I've had so many things happen to me in my longish life that I kind of generally do have a positive spirit of let's make the most of something. And on some days I can be frustrated and irritable, but I kind of try and make the most of my day. I do a tremendous amount in my day, and I think that's what makes me feel good, is to achieve things. And they might just be getting things done, or they might be doing things to nurture myself. So my energy is from that momentum. It's probably be burning me out a bit, but I try and balance it out. At the moment, it's more manic than it is calm, but that's it. And then what I eat, so quite a few ask me what I eat. Heidi asked me, what do I eat every day? My day is a mixture, because if I'm having a good day, I will wake up, I'll have hot water, lemon and honey. No, hot water and lemon. Then I will take a few vitamins. Then I'll go for a walk. Then I'll come back, and it'll be about 7:30. And then I'll have scrambled eggs and smoked salmon, or I'll have avocado on toast. And then I go to the office, and then I have grazing, and we have a full fridge in our office. So there's raspberries, apples, avocado, lots of healthy things. And then lunch I'll probably generally have, I might have a pizza, but I might also have, if I'm doing pret-a-manger, I'll do some kind of nice soup and crayfish salad. 4 o'clock, there's always a loaf for me, and you might have met the lovely, we had a wonderful woman last week who is a food chef, and she gave me some recipes for things. Haven't done them all yet, but we did make these energy balls and these poo balls, so we've been eating those a bit, haven't we? I've got Victoria in the bath today, so you can hear her questions. So that's that one. I will take one question now. I'll take one question just general, and then I'll go back to other people.
Okay, so Emily's asking, what mask would you use for a very dry face?
Very dry face is a mask I'm going to try right now for you, ladies, because it's the issue of why you have a very dry face. So let's start off.
She says it's dry and tired.
Dry and tired. So I'd say there's a kind of three-pronged approach for dry and tired. There's definitely drink 2 litres of water a day. It's a given. Difficult to do, but I always have it by my bed and in the car and anywhere where I might have a moment by myself where I think I should drink some water or have a cigarette, drink some water. So that, Then I think it's exfoliation, because sometimes our skin can look dry and tired because we haven't actually cleaned the surface of the skin really well. And you can do that either with an AHA or you can do that with a physical exfoliation like I'm doing now. And then it's putting a serum and a moisture in. So I think to really dynamically change your skin, you need to stimulate it, you need to feed it inside and out, and you need to put on at the end a nice moisturizer. But if you do all the first few things for your skin, you should need less moisturizer. Eve Lom, who is the first woman who did facials for me for about 10 years, always said to me, if your skin is at the optimum level, you just literally need a serum and hardly any moisturizer, and definitely not a moisturizer at night. So that's what I'd sort of say. But for your moment now, I'm going to give you a lovely mask that I'm going to put on, because I'm about to go to a birthday lunch for one of my oldest friends, and I'm going to get ready whilst I'm talking to you. And it's by Andalou. Andalou is actually a US brand, isn't it, Victoria?
Yes.
Because I didn't remember that. It's a US brand, and I was in Whole Foods about 10 days ago looking for really nice organic things that were medium price. And this mask, I think, is it £12? I think it's about £12, but it's sort of pink, smells deliciously of roses, and goes on like a sort of gel cream. It's very smooth, it's not too sticky, it's not too heavily creamy, so I do think it's a lovely mask for summer. And I'm going to leave that on for 10 minutes and we'll see what it does for my skin.
It's £12.
£12. You know I love the Sisley Black Rose mask, which is an incredibly hydrating but very expensive mask, but delicious if you can afford it. This, I would say, is the high street version, because it's got similar ingredients and it's based on the same concept. So let's see how that goes. And I'm going to answer 3 more questions from my list and then we'll go to one of yours. All right, so we've got Natasha Dry Shampoo, Jazzy asked about universal wardrobe essentials. Now, it would be wonderful if we could say this shape suits all, but you know I've written with Susanna many books, and I do believe that we are all a little bit different. Okay, I hope you're still getting this. If I had to be incredibly generic, I would say a clean white shirt without a collar is a universal thing. So imagine this with buttons down the front. I think if you are slightly flat-chested or medium, to have it done up, clean with a blazer. I love it as a look. Please, we're here and we're on Wi-Fi, so my data allowance hopefully will not be affecting this broadcast. Where was I? I was on the classic white shirt. So a white top, this is a Topshop one. It's got an interesting sleeve. It's one of the most key things that I wear every day. So speaking from experience, that is an essential for me. And a really well-cut jacket and a piece you can layer. Those are my 3 bits. It's tricky, but I will try and do a wardrobe essentials on Facebook in the summer months when we're kind of being a bit lazy and we've got time to look at things and get tips. So I will put that on the list. Let's put that on the list. All right, we won't forget, and we'll just do maybe the sort of 8 wardrobe essentials, okay? All right, now, this one I liked, Alice, who says, can you talk about heavy legs, edema, things that really affect many women in the summer and actually affect me. So I am going to chat about it. And I suffer, I am a tall woman and I'm not that big. I'm about, I don't know, 10, I actually weighed myself the other day, 10 stone 7. I don't know what that is kilos, 68 kilos. And I carry my weight more heavily on the bottom of my body. And in the summer, if I'm standing all day or if I'm in a certain heel, my legs will feel very heavy. So what I have to do, and when I used to film a lot and be standing all day long, I would do a number of things. This is one thing I would do, and I hope you can see me, okay? I would lie, will you be able to get this far down? Maybe. I lie down and I put my legs up. So I put my arse against the wall. Can you see this, Victoria?
I can't really see now.
Okay. I put my arse against the wall and I put my legs up and I do internal circles with my legs, all right? And what that's doing is it's getting the blood flow down. And by doing the circles, you're helping to get a good blood flow around your ankles. So I do 10 one way, 10 the other way. So that's one thing. the other thing which I worked with somebody who really suffered from this badly, and she went to see a very good naturopathic person, and they helped us. I'm going to give you the advice, and I've done some of this advice, is rubbing sea salt on your legs. Because sea salt kind of drains away a bit of inflammation, and you could do it with some coconut oil, or actually argan oil is wonderful as well, and really rubbing. And if you can rub by, I know it sounds weird, but by lying on the floor with your legs up in the air and then rubbing there and pulling it down, you will drain, drain, drain. Then there are superficially good products. There's a French product which I brought back with me once. If you go onto my French pharmacy post, there's an amazing product for heavy legs. It's sold there, it's called Jeanne something, and it's about 10, 15 euros, and it's amazing. It's got, you know, a natural sort of minty thing, so that tightens up the legs by its reaction, but it does work quite well. And Sisley also has a very nice product for legs. So that's my thought on legs, and I really, what is it when you're not emphasize? I'm going mad. I know exactly how you feel. Okay. A question from everyone.
Okay,
yes.
Jackie said she's 58. Is microneedling good for her creepy neck?
Jackie, it is. It really is. And we all know how much, I mean, I can get this out every single time, but another lady, Chelsea, asked which dermal roller do I use? And I get from Amazon this one, which is, I hope it's probably back to front, but it's Beauty de Royale, the Royal Derma Roller. And you can get them in different strengths. I get 0.5, which I think is a healthy thing to start with, like that. I do make it clean, and I use different things to clean it. I have this sterilizing solution, and I pour that over it. Don't leave it out gathering dust. I keep it in these clear boxes, so this one's just been cleaned before. And then gentle feathering like that. So if you want to do it on your neck, I think it's very good. The neck on our skin is much harder to stay youthful because it's a kind of different consistency from the skin on our face. But I will go up and down like that, and then I'll go across at an angle, and then I'll go sideways. And I'll keep changing that motion because you don't want to just work a motorway into your neck. You have to treat these things with care, and you have to start gently. So any professional who will do needling on you might use a 1 or 2 point needle, and that can cause you know, a little bleeding, and it's something that really should be left in the hands of a professional. But if you're doing it at home, I usually I put on a serum before, or I put on a product I want to penetrate deeply, and then I will do the needling like this. I do it about twice a week, and then I'll put a little bit more of that serum on. So about twice a week, Jackie, is what I do. And I think everyone has a different reaction, but my feeling, having done this now for about 4 or 5 years, and I do other things, and I share with you ladies the other things I do. So I do scarlet, the thing I did the other day, which brought me out in spots. I do PRP, which is that vampire facial I've done once a year for the last couple of years, which is, you know, putting your blood back in your face, the plasma. But I think it's that daily looking after your skin and that daily massaging your skin. So that's my one roller. The other roller is my plastic Stimuloval roller, for those who've seen this before, you know. And this I use morning and night, and I just go like that. So I could use it now with this mask, and it's just the mask is not really being taken off too much by the roller because I'm putting it back on with the next little change and thing. And the same again, across and like that. I do also do a little bit here because one thing I've noticed over the years is I've paid far more attention here to here, and this skin is a little older and drier. So I've, in the last year, thought, okay, I must give that a bit of attention, very gently, but I'll do that there just to stimulate there. And also, we don't want to have saggy eyes. So, you know, any stimulation you do here, carefully, is really good. So you keep your eyes open and fresh. All right, I'm gonna do 2 more questions.
Okay, that's saying, what do you do with pigmentation and fine lines above the lip?
Pigmentation and fine lines above the lip. Well, short-term solution, I would say that you find a good concealer. And another lady asked also, in fact, this ties in really well. I'm going to just find her name because she asked for a friend. Let me see here, hold on, sweaty face. Yes, Emily has a friend and she has age spots and wanted a good concealer. So I think if you have really something to cover, it could be a scar, it could be a strong hyperpigmentation, it could be, from pigmentation you had from pregnancy. Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage, I think, is the best coverage in a concealer. And I also like Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer, but it leaves a slight sheen. And if you want a matte finish, Laura Mercier's is a really great product. But I would advise with Secret Camouflage, and I take C3 or C4. And it has 2 colours in it, so you can mix the colours to really get your colour, and it comes in 5 different combinations of shades. So I think it's fantastic concealer. I wish I've got it. I haven't got it here. I've run out. I haven't got it in there. No, I've run out. Okay. The best Balmain jacket. So I did put on this Balmain jacket. Some of you might have seen on Instagram Live. It's a white jacket with gold buttons, silver buttons. I got in the sale, 70% off. Most expensive jacket I bought all year. But someone said, "Oh, I want to look," and I found a site which has them. So, Anne, misguided.co.uk. They had red, they had white, they had black. Really lovely cut, sharp cut, £40. Hope that helps. Okay, question from you.
Okay, so Morna's saying hormonal acne. What's the best way to treat a 28-year-old to stop threading?
Okay, so there's 2 things there. There's hormonal acne and there's a 23-year-old stop threading. Are they 2 different questions?
No, it's the same question.
Same.
She has hormonal acne. What's the best way to treat it for a 28-year-old to stop it spreading?
Oh, to stop it spreading. I thought you said stop threading. Okay. Yeah. 28 hormonal acne. I'm presuming coming up to your period, you're getting acne. So for me, I think there's 2 important things. I think zinc is a very good supplement to take when you have breakouts because it helps to dry out and heal the spot. So I think zinc's important. You can apply zinc topically, but I think taking it is fantastic. And I've had friends of your age who do get benefits from that. I think you need to make sure that you're putting something on to help the spot, but don't be afraid of doing also, don't be afraid of putting an oil on top. I would, I have had some hormonal acne, not because I'm 28, but because my hormones have been up and down. And I have done a mixture of that. I also take turmeric. And turmeric is another supplement that many people love for different reasons, but it's very good for inflammation. So the lady who had heavy legs, I think turmeric is helping me a bit too. And it's also something that an Ayurvedic doctor would make a paste of and put it on your face, when he did with me when I was 27, and it takes out the inflammation. So taking turmeric, I think, has as good a benefit. There are many products with salicylic acid, which is a treatment generally for spots. So Mario Badescu's drying lotion, Eve Lom's Dynaspot, and they are good for those issues. But really make sure, because we can have a tendency when we have a spot, and sometimes like here I've got the ends of one, but I might have one here, and I might take that drying lotion, just go like that. But then that whole area is going to dry, and that's not good, because the more you dry around the spot, the harder it is for that spot to heal, because the difference in the texture of your skin will not make it easy to not have a scar. So be aware of that. And when I had my really bad skin, Vintner's Daughter, which is an oil I love, she said, "Have you put oil on your skin?" And I was thinking, And when Caroline Herons was here last week, she was saying, don't disregard oil as a solution. You just have to choose the right one. So last night, the night before, I did put Vintner's Daughter on, the most expensive essential oil combo serum you can get. It's 120 quid, but it's fucking amazing if you can afford it. And I've got to say, it was really good. I didn't put anything else on. Different things, different people. I hope that's helped. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more questions from the What I Eat Every Year I've done, Heavy Legs I've done, Balm jacket I've gone, Derma Roller I've done. All right, Brent, man or woman, I'm not sure. Is it the time of year to do highlights? Let's talk hair for a second, because you've had a few hair questions. Actually, shall I just see what this mask is like? I'm going to now take it off. I think it's a kind of mask that you want everything to penetrate, and you just take off the excess. So let me do that and see what it's like. It's only the second time I've tried it. and I love Andalou, and I love that they have a fantastic pumpkin enzyme peel. Can I just say, that lady who's got dry skin, you should use this as well. She has a pumpkin honey glycolic mask. Use that and then a mask. You'll really see a difference. Anyway, my skin feels very nice. Very nice. Tell me if it smells nice, Victoria.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so that's that. Where was I? Yes, highlights. So I'm going to do my hair in a sec, but dry hair. Let's talk about bloody hair. My hair at the moment, my hair's all right. I have naturally very, very frizzy hair. Any of you who have seen me do, I've done a hair blow drying video, and if I let this summer, when I go away, I'm going to show you my hair without the blow dry because it's very different. It's really dry and it's frizzy. So I have this kind of textured blow dry, which I do myself sometimes, or some man does for me when I'm doing telly. But I noticed I had decided to put a few more highlights in because as, who was it who said? Brent, is it the time of year to do highlights? And for me, it's kind of is, and yet it really isn't, because my hair is very porous and it has a tendency to go red. So I have to use a lot of ash in my hair to get a cool dark blonde when I want to put some highlights in. And recently I felt my hair is a little bit warm, too much warmth. And I know if I go in the sun, that warm will go pshung. So I think I will actually ask my lady, I'm going to see her on Wednesday, to kind of take out a few of these highlights and to put in some lowlights and to put a rinse on it, not a rinse, but a toner that would take out the warmth. And then I was taught this trick, and I don't know if any of you have the same problem as me, of using a lilac shampoo from Philip Kingsley or from OUAI or from whoever else does it, which is actually for silver hair not to go yellow, but he said it's very good to take the red out your hair. So I'm going to try that as well. But I've got 3 or 4 products I use in the summer for my really dry hair, which I'm going to show you. I don't know if they still make this, which is a killer for me to show you, but Alterna, which is a really good hair brand, a really good hair brand. It's kind of one that I've always had hairdressers doing my hair for shoots have come up with these products. I've never found them in shops, so I then order them directly online, but I haven't ordered this for a while. But it's an overnight rescue, and the other person who does an overnight rescue is Clohan. They do a secret night, it's called Secrets de Nuit, which is really good when your hair is dry. Put it on overnight and you feel your hair's going sort of lank, and then you wake up in the morning and you feel a lusciousness of hair. It's a miracle product. But this is also very good, Caviar Overnight Rescue. So that I use in the summer. Leonor Grey, I used 15 years ago, and I discovered this in Selfridges again. You take a sort of peon-sized bit like that, and you just kind of really gently go over where it's a little bit dry. So I just do that very quickly and whoosh it in my hair, but it takes away the real dryness. When I'm on holiday, I'll do this. I'll let it frizz, but then I'll just try and texturize the bottom, and I try not to use any styling products in the summer when I'm on holiday because I just want to kind of let my hair have a breather. All right. Best buys from Zara last week. Let me show you what I actually bought. How many of you watched us on Zara on Friday? Because we had the best time. And I did buy things in a first haul, which I showed on Instagram. And I bought things last week, but I'm going to show you what I got. So, oh dear. Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. So one of my favorites, very difficult to show you without... Hang on, I will show you, because you know what I'm going to do is I will just take off my clothes here and just go down on the floor for a second so you can't see.
Ian says, any plans to do more lives with Caroline Heron?
Oh my God, yes, she's fantastic. I love her, and I think we all love her. So I definitely will. Okay, this is one of my favourite buys of the week. And it is a shirt that Zara have done many times in different incarnations. And can I just say about Zara, because on Instagram people say to me, oh, you do Zara so much, can you do another brand? And I kind of have to give you my reasoning, and I actually changed all the things on my posts at the week because I don't take money from anyone to put up anything. Everything I choose is my own choice. I have to choose things mainly that suit me because I shop for me and I share it with you. I try and think of other people when I'm shopping, but for me, the store that's most widely available around the world, and my audience is quite around the world, is Zara. That's why I use it. Also, I think that for the price point, I can kind of find stuff that everyone can afford it, and some people who buy very expensive clothes still like buying in Zara. So it works. It just works. Anyway, I like the shirt. It's quite long. I tuck in the front. I'm doing a double denim moment with this. I think this kind of sleeve, you all know I love a sleeve with a little bit of drama, and this is a kind of gathered up sleeve but at a very flattering point, and the colour is beautiful. It's the softest denim. That's got to probably be my top buy from Zara this week. And what else have I got? Hold on, I'm just aware that I'm going in the back of the mirror. The ice cream recipe. Thank you, by the way, Karina, for the ice cream recipe. I'm going to try it this week. Okay, what else have I got here? Hold on. This is just a bit mad. So this is something that's interesting because sometimes I buy clothes and I realise I love them, but there's things I'm going to do to change them. And, you know, we can all have access to someone down the road who can just sew. And if you can sew yourself, fantastic. But when women say to me, oh, I love that, but I'm too short for it, or, you know, can I wear it because of my height or whatever, I'm always thinking, ladies, just find that lovely woman who can sew and get your trousers taken up for a tenner, and you'll feel they've been made for you. And I do that with a lot of my clothes. And sometimes I buy things in a sale or a full price, and I buy them knowing I'm going to change them. So this is one of those items. So I'm just going to show you. 1 second. See if my phone stays. This is a shirt from Zara, striped shirt. How many striped shirts can I have from Zara? But it has really beautiful change in the sleeve direction, and I like the narrowness here. And anyone actually who has a bigger arm, you know, Zara sometimes, even in an XXL, women who are 14, 16 go, that bloody shop, I can never get my arms in. But this is stretchy, and this is stretchy, and I'm in a small, and it's oversized, so this could be good for quite a few people. But what might put people off is its length, because it's this really weird length, and you could wear it over trousers like that and belt it. But I feel some women, if they're in their 20s, might wear it as a dress in the summer. Be kind of great with a pair of heels. But for me, it's too much stripe. So what I'm going to do, in fact, what I'll do now, get out those bloody scissors, and I'm just going to show you. So I will cut it. I'm just going to cut it here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Like that. You see, in your own bathroom, things happen. And then I'm going to do the other side. And I'm going to make sure I don't cut it too short. Sometimes I cut things too short and then I really pay the price, because then it doesn't work. And some fabrics you can rip if they're cut on the straight. So when you start to rip, don't rip really quickly, because it might go up your body. Make sure it's going to be a ripping in the right direction one. So, done that. I'm going to take out this. Might use it in some other format. And take out that there. I don't know what I could use that for, something. And then I'm just going to tuck this in like that. And I'm going to keep the back long. I will probably cut off the sides, which held in the belt here. So I'll cut those off like that. There. And then I'll do around the other side. Cuff it up here and there. And then I love this shirt because you've got the drama of it, but the proportions are right. My legs are not looking short. I've got the length at the back. So what I liked about the shirt was the sort of bum covering aspect. But it's just great. Cool. I'm going to wear it for lunch because then I don't have to think about it too much, because I got to go in a minute. Camouflage concealed face dots. We've done that. All right. Marianne is going to Annabelle's and she wants an outfit. And she said, can I wear a jumpsuit? Marianne, I would say, thank God times have changed enough that going to a wedding, going to a smart occasion, we don't have to wear a dress. And some women don't like showing their legs off. And I love a jumpsuit. I did some really good jumpsuits for this morning, all different price ranges. And one fantastic jumpsuit And if you're going to Annabelle's for a smart do, you can probably afford more than this. But Jasper Conran for Debenhams did this navy jumpsuit, and I did it with Chloe in Debenhams, the one with the really bad sound, and then she bought it and she's lived in it and she wears it for the office in the day smartly, and she does it with a really sexy gold necklace and killer heels at night. It's flattering, it's gorgeous, it gives her shape. So looking at something like that, jumpsuits have stopped being man repeller outfits. Many men still don't like them. Many women who are incontinent or like to pee a lot like me find them tricky, or women with a long body and short legs. But otherwise, there's so many, and it's a way to feel glamorous and cool. And ageless too. All right, my new business, which I've talked to many of you about, but my new business is cosmetics. It's makeup, and it's launching in September. And I've been working with many Facebook women who have been photographed and filmed and doing things with us, and it's been unbelievably exciting and fantastic. And I hope that you'll all be the first ones anyway to know, because I'm going to launch it to you ladies in September. So anyway, last few questions. So
Molly doesn't, can you recommend any products for large open pores?
Yes, I can. Where is my favourite product? Where is my pore minimizer? Here, my pore minimizer box. A really good old friend, which I haven't used for ages, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my pores appear larger and open to help you. So I'm going to use a very extra light. I'm going to use, hang on, I've got to go in a minute. Extra light. Bobbi Brown Tinted Moisturizer. There was a lady also who asked, she wants to stop doing makeup in the summer, and could she just go with concealer? Ava, but I was thinking you could start with this, which is a Bobbi Brown Tinted Moisturizer with an SPF 30. It's just a very nice hydrating summer product, and I do this when I don't want to do a moisturizer on underneath, and I just have cleaned my face and I wash and go. It's a lovely tinted moisturizer, and it's got good protection. I don't know if I've got it all on properly. I'm going to get to, so the open pores lady, I'm doing this because I want to show you the open pores. What's the name of the open pores lady?
Molly.
Okay, so Molly, I'm shiny now, and I imagine I've got open pores. Two products I love are Benefit's Dr Feelgood. It's one of the first products I ever used from Benefit, probably 18 years ago. How long have they been going? But it's like a wax product. You see, it's really well used. It's like a wax product. But what it does is it just kind of fills in, takes down shine, and I feel it minimizes pores in a very good way. And I don't feel it's as chemical as some of the other products. So and it might be, but I don't feel it is, all right? It's just, I feel it's a bit waxy. So that's a good product. Another very good combination from a company that's in the press recently. So if you do not agree with things that are tested on animals, do not use this product, because they sell in China and you have to for that. It's not something I like, but this is a good combination. So if you don't mind about that. There's pore filler and shine killer, and use pore filler first and use shine killer afterwards. So you can put pore filler on and then put on your makeup, or you can put on your makeup and then put pore filler on. It works very well. My third one is by Murad, and it's more of a blurring treatment, but I think it's incredibly good also on minimizing pores. And what is incredible, I think I talk about this product nearly every time, so I'm sorry if you've heard it before. It's SPF 30, SPF 30 broad spectrum there. And that sort of blurs things. So I hope all those help for a sort of pore fillery moment. I've now got to finish off my makeup. So I've done those questions. So give me 4 more questions and then I'm going to go.
Okay, so what do you think about IPL, Deborah from Houston?
IPL is pulse light therapy. I think it's good. I have used it, IPL, and I used in New York, I went to see a facialist, and she would always do an orange light at the end that would go over like a half, it looked like a sort of sun lamp for your face, and it's very good. And I felt afterwards my face really looked rested and glowed, and so I do believe in the concept of IPL, yes. By the way, that was just, what was I using on there? Scandalous Eyes from, who's that from? Just so you know, because I know you'll ask, from Rimmel. And now I'm going to use Benefit's Eyebrow. Next question.
How Amanda's asking, how can she fit a vitamin C serum at night plus and a facial oil and a moisturiser?
How can she fit a vitamin C serum at night?
Plus a facial oil and a moisturiser.
Well, I would say that generally I have always put vitamin C on in the morning, and I use CE Hyaluronic. I always say it the wrong way, but it's the SkinCeuticals one. And then I do a serum and a moisturiser. At night, I generally do a serum, and Julia Hunt's the ones that I use a lot. I'll do a vitamin A serum and something called night regeneration. That's my combination. So I leave my vitamin C AM. But interestingly, I think in the summer when there's a lot of sun around and more chances of pigmentation, it's worth contemplating nighttime vitamin C solutions. And Caroline Heron's told me the DCL, was it DCL? DCL have one, and I have it somewhere here, don't I, Victoria?
Yeah, the night booster
Yeah,
one.
the night booster serum, and I don't know where it is. We've got to find new products. Hold on. No, I didn't have it there. And it's a nighttime one. So I think if you're going to do a vitamin C at night, I kind of do the vitamin C and then leave it. Don't throw on a heavy moisturiser at night on your skin. I never do, and I think your skin needs time to breathe and absorb things with kind of ingredients that can penetrate easily. So that's my thought on it. Okay, next one.
Barbara's asking, what is good for eyelash and brow hydrators?
Eyelash and brow hydrators. I was just about to put that on because I have lashes at the moment, so I think you've got to take extra care to hydrate. And Talika eyelash conditioning gel I use every morning, and it's got in it about 5% of Percocel, which is a lash growing product, and I use the end to sort of dab on some liquid, and then it wakens up my lashes. And when I'm halfway through a set of lashes, I need something. I don't ever put mascara on them. And this also I put generally on my brows, especially if I've just had them tinted and I don't need brow gel. Okay, next question.
Okay, lipsticks for thin lips. I don't wear red plus fine lines above lips, and she smokes.
Okay, fine lines above lip and you smoke. All right, darling, the Derma Roller is for you. I have fine lines too above my lips. But I'm going to give you a few things that I use. So, Antioxidant Lip Treatment. Now, you might think lip treatment, do we really need to? But SkinCeuticals, I rate very highly. I really like their ingredients. And they have developed this for people exactly like ourselves. So I do tend to put that on when I remember, a few times a week. And you could also put it on the day because it's not the kind of product that is just being used to penetrate and work long term or medium term. Nothing works long term. But I feel it's also quite good to put on before your lipstick. So that's good. Then lip treatments. I have a few more. What else do I rate? Filorga has this filler for the lips, and it's slightly sticky, and you could put it on, but the thing about, actually no, I'm not going to give you that one because I don't actually like that one that much. I'm now going to go on to, and I don't have it here, shit. I have a lip and line filler that I use and it's no longer available, so it's terrible to, Lipstick Queen. Have a lip wax, and it's very good for you to soften the lines around the lips and then to apply lipstick. When you say your lines are thin and you never wear a bright lip, I think you could then consider, because a bright lip can do a lot for all of us, that you could just use something which has a sort of a hint of it. So this is Clinique, and it's a kind of, they call it, what do they call it? This is hibiscus, but I'm just going to tell you what it's actually called. It's a Chubby Stick Intense. Hang on, no, I don't want that one. I got the wrong one. I want the wrong one. I want the Chubby Stick. I want the Chubby Stick, and I don't have the right colour. All right. I'm going to use Bobbi Brown. There. Consider doing a stick and not a lipstick. Or consider doing a lip gloss. Don't feel you can never wear a bright lip, because there's many times to wear a bright lip and it makes you feel better. I haven't put one on now, have I? I put a burgundy lip on. But yes, that's what I'd say. That's what I'd say. Sorry, I'm just realising now what time it is and I've got to go, and I put the lip on my forehead. Okay, let me finish this off and show you that bright lip I was going to put on, which is, no, I'm going to put this on actually. I'm going to put this on because I wanted to try this. And I would say to the last lady, that would be my advice. Don't ignore bright lip, but maybe do it in a lip gloss. I think what it was is Clinique have come out with these new chubby sticks, which are lip glosses at the end. Try one. Try one. This is from Lipstick Queen. It's called Summer Shimmer or something, Sunshine. But it goes a little bit to the colour of your lip with a kind of summery feel. You see it's slightly changing colour? Quite pretty colour. But I think I'll take some of it and let's see if it works on my cheeks. You see? You can see the colour it actually comes out. It's very different from the colour that it is in the lid. But it's kind of pretty. It's really pretty. I love that. Lipstick Queen, and it's called Sunshine. I bought it about a month ago and I've only just tried it for the first time. Ladies, I think that's it. Are we any burning desires?
No, that's it.
That's it. And thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you all soon. And this Thursday, what do we, yes, you know what I thought I would do, Victoria? We're going to do the exercise one.
Yeah.
Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. you can join me if you're up or not at bed yet, and I'm going to do my exercise routine in the park, and this involves 2 water bottles and some benches. So that's all you need, and you can do everything that the hunky $50 to $100 an hour trainer would teach you. So those of you, you know what I'd really like you to do? This would be so exciting. So let's just think about this. Any of you who are free to do this, living in England or late night somewhere else, get in the park, join me on Wednesday at 7 a.m. and let's all work out together. I mean, if you could do that, I'd so love that. So this is my challenge to you, ladies. Bikini bodies are coming soon. So think about it, and if you can join me, say yes. And I'll see you Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. Victoria? 7 a.m. my time. Bye.